Hey there, I'm Teresa Cantley. How are you? I wanted to just jump in here really quick and talk about something that I know I've been talking to with some of my clients about a lot lately. And last week in my mastermind, we talked about it a lot as well. So I wanted to just pop on in here and just kind of put this out there. If you've been struggling with your business lately, you know, people think that, oh, by the way, in case you don't know who I am Teresa Cantley, and I am a business growth strategist, and I work with brick and mortar businesses to help them stop focusing on selling the product or the food that they serve in their restaurant and start focusing on building a signature experience that builds their revenue and their impact. So the thing that I wanted to talk about today is something that comes up a lot when I work with people, because I do specialize in working with restaurants. And the restaurant industry is typically very busy, very, has a lot of moving parts to it, a lot of moving things. So I get a lot from people. I'm overwhelmed. I'm frustrated. What new strategy should I try? Things aren't growing. I don't know what to do. I have these goals. I've been working on all this stuff. And, I have my process in place and I'm still not getting the results and I don't know what to do. Well, the first thing is we take a look at, okay, what process did you create? Because one of the things I teach is it's not about the goal, it's about the process. So what is your process to get things done? And, they'll bring it out. They're like, see, I have it on my paper, la da da da. And I see a list like a mile long. And it's like, okay, how do you feel about this? You want to achieve these big goals. You have this process that you've created. How do you feel about it? How does it make you feel? Stressed, overwhelmed, scared. I haven't been able to get this other stuff done because I've been focusing on this and this and this and this, and then I'm busy and then I'm doing this. So procrastination creeps in, fear creeps in, perfectionism creeps in, that overwhelm creeps in, and they wonder why they aren't achieving things. Well, the biggest thing that will fuel the results that you want to get is based on how you feel about what it is that you're creating. How do you feel about what it is that you're producing? And if you're not getting the results, and I went through this myself in my own business, for the longest time, my business felt heavy. I had myself scheduled out. I was doing all the things. I had my process, but things still felt heavy. And I couldn't figure out why. And the more it felt heavy, the more I was overwhelmed, the more I was burning myself out, the more I just didn't know what was going on until I figured out I was focusing on a lot of things that I wasn't passionate about. I was scheduling myself out the wazoo, and just not really having a clear process and priorities in place. And if you're trying to achieve this result, I get a lot of people, I want to take my business to $1 million, or I want to take my business to 5 million. And it's like, well, how does that feel to you? Like, you want to, like, this is your goal, but how does that feel? Very scary. I don't think we can do it. I think it's impossible. Nobody in our industry has done it, And then I get every reason why. Well, if you want to achieve this result and you're feeling yucky about it, well, how are you going to achieve it, right? And we didn't build a business to feel yucky. So what I want you to think about, and this is something, like I said, we talked about last week in my mastermind, and it has helped me tremendously, is looking at the result that you want to achieve. What is it? What does that goal look like? And then from there, looking at what actions do I need to take? So when I work with clients and they're telling me I feel overwhelmed and it's chaotic and I don't know what to do, and so we look at, okay, what result are you trying to achieve? Then let's look at your plan. Let's look at your process. And I can figure out immediately why they're procrastinating. Because it's scary, because a lot of times they have the goal on their to-do list instead of breaking it into little actionable pieces. So looking at those actions, and once we look at those actions, I can see why they're overwhelmed, because it overwhelms me to see it. So what result do you want to achieve? And what actions do you need to take to achieve that result? And then if you're looking at that and you're saying, oh, this still doesn't feel good, dig deeper. Dig deeper and see what else do I need to break it down? Is this something that I'm really passionate about? Is this something that really aligns with what I want to do in my business? And If the answer is no, that's what is fueling that feeling, that emotion. If you talk to athletes out there and you ask them, what gets you really set? Like what gets you to the finish line? And they really pull from that emotion. They don't let that fear, if they're feeling fear, they don't let that the emotion from that feeling become, I can't do it. I feel afraid. I feel like I can't do this. They take that and they redirect it and they say, you know what? I have this fear, but I am doing this. I am getting across the finish line and I'm going to use this to build my momentum. It's the same thing. You have the result that you want to achieve. You want to scale your business from 1 million to 5 million, or you want to go from 6 figures to 7 figures. What is that result? What actions do you need to take to get you to that result? The actions that I was taking to get to the result was keeping me burned out. So are the actions that you're taking making you feel that emotion that doesn't feel so good? And then from there, you can really start to think good thoughts and really move your business forward. So, and really make it a reality, in essence. So go back, take a look at the results that you want to create. Take a look at the actions that you're actually taking, the process, the plan and the process that you've created to get to that result. Take a look at that and how does it make you feel? And if it makes you feel yucky, then reset it. Something's out of alignment. But if it makes you feel good, move forward with that. Put your plan in place and keep your thoughts focused, because if you feel good about the actions that you're taking, you feel good about those results, and you have that positive emotion, then when you fail and stuff doesn't work, you kind of just look at it like it's a blip. And it's a blip, it's a bump, whatever. I'm gonna keep moving, But if you feel crappy about it, then it's, I'm a failure, this is never gonna work, and it feels heavy. So if we have the right actions, if we know the result, we know our actions, we have our process in place, and we're following that process, and we feel good about it. And we then have the right thoughts that really are super powerful to move us forward and help us build momentum. So I hope this helped you, and if you haven't already, make sure to download my free audio file that will help you to give you 5 tips to really start to create the number one thing that you need to do, and 5 tips how to do it to create your own signature experience in your business. So remember, what results do you want to achieve, the actions that you need to take, how do you feel about them? All right, I hope this helped you. Until next time, take care.